Hi everybody! This week I gave my entryway a makeover. Clearly, we're not in our usual talking space. If you've seen some of my previous videos, then you know I usually sit with a little table, a lava lamp, unicorns. Today is a little bit different because I use my background for this video. This week I upcycled. I gave my entryway a makeover. I live in just an apartment. You kind of saw it in the Unicorn House tour, but what you didn't see in the Unicorn House tour was, well, actually, there is an awful glimpse of it, and I will put that here. This is a unicorn video, so if you came and you're disappointed to see all these unicorns, click away. What you saw in that ugly glimpse is my entryway. And right there, as you walk into my house, I put this little wire shelf and I shoved it full of stuff. Just kitchen stuff, random stuff, mail, whatever, okay? But I finally had enough. All right, so this is my trashy shelf right next to my door. So you walk in and the first thing you see is trash. So we're gonna see what we can do about this. I'm hoping I can find a better place for the broom and the Swiffer that's broken. Yeah, got ripped off on that thing. And then all these things that belong in the kitchen, I'm gonna find somewhere behind me to put them. And that's a thing of mail. Look at that, there's some trash down there. This is a wagon that kind of does need to stay here because we use it for our groceries, but maybe I can make it look not so wonky. And then that's my crafting basket, so I'm sure I can find a different place for that. First things first, I had to get rid of this ugly shelf, okay? It's gotta go. So I organized it, took everything off, I put all the kitchen stuff into the kitchen, the trash into the trash, the mail I sorted and organized and got rid of. You know, all that extra junk mail that you just throw in a junk pile and you keep for some random amount of time until you're ready to throw it away. Yes, I sorted out my mail. I took that shelf out. Needless to say, I got the space all cleared out. And then, you know, I really thought I was going to put my white fluffy bench, which happens to be what I'm sitting on right now, because this thing still doesn't have a home in this house. But I thought, you know, if I put my fluffy bench there, I could put some little throw pillows on it because I'm sewing those now. And it would be like a cute little hangout spot for when Christian is cooking, because my entryway is like right there where the kitchen is. And you know what? It didn't suit my fancy. I was like really having a hard time with it. And I even gave a poll on Instagram. So if you're here from Instagram, thank you so much for participating in that poll. It was a close call, but overall you guys decided that I should put a console table there instead. And that's what everybody has in their entryway. So why didn't I think of that? So I dragged this freaking console table, the one that was previously here where I filmed my videos, all the way over there to the entry, and it looks so much better. After I moved the console table over there, I just felt like, now how do I decorate it? Well, I figured that out, and let me show you. All right, so it all began with this vintage table runner, and it extends not all the way across the table, but a majority of the way. And this is where my ideas came from, my inspiration. Because when I see this color fabric, I think totally of the 70s vintage vibes. And that's what dictated the rest of this decor. First things first, I wanted to tackle a couple DIY decors. The first thing I started with is this little $5 Target mirror that I previously owned and had on my gallery wall. Let me show you what I did. This is the little $5 Target mirror that I had. Amazing. Amazing. I just came out here and I touched it and I was like, yes, it's dry. With the whole 70s vibe inspiration that I've got going on over there, I decided that I should spray paint this that metallic silver because I was thinking of those like weird lamps that are like, maybe I'll put a picture somewhere, but those weird lamps that are just metallic metal silver bowl kind of things. And so that was the inspiration behind this color. And what I did was just tape off the mirror and then tape some paper over the mirror so that I didn't get paint on it. But even if I do have paint on it, because that's my luck. Oh, look at that. The mirror spray painted. Amazing. You know why? Because I'm a lazy taper. So I'm going to take this inside. Oh, look, it's just scraping off of my fingernail, actually. I'm going to take this inside and see if I can scrub off that. Before you laugh at me or my strange stack of bread, this is working. This is the closest thing I have to a razor blade. And I think this is pretty much the epitome of just using what you have to do projects. And it's just, you know, because it's beveled on both sides. So I can get right down to the mirror without like digging in. But this is how I'm going to get the little bits of spray paint off, I think. Secondly, I was inspired by a fellow Instagrammer, DIYer, and I will put a link to her Instagram here. Her name is Carrie, and she reached out to me and suggested that I put some storage over there in that area, either under the bench or under the console table, whatever I was gonna decide. And that inspired me to go ahead and upcycle that little mail basket that I originally had on the shelf. Let me show you what I did to it. Here is my little mail basket and what I've upcycled it into. So this was just a basket. So first thing I did was I went ahead and I just spray painted this thing white. I wasn't sure what I was really going to use it for yet, but it was rusty, so something had to be done. So I used the last bit of cheap white spray paint that I had to spray paint this baby white. Then, using these little legs, table legs, furniture legs, whatever, that I purchased actually from Home Depot, I originally used them on that little 2-drawer nightstand that I have on my Instagram that I upcycled. However, I just felt that they would be better suited on something different, so I took them off and apparently I found what they were better suited for. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have any nuts or bolts to go ahead and attach these legs to the basket. So temporarily, I went ahead and I used zip ties, and this actually worked better than I thought. I had perfectly 4 zip ties that I found, and I was able to zip tie the legs to the basket. So you get this kind of little standing, raised basket. And this is ideal to have it off of the ground because I do have cats and dogs and animal hair. So now when I throw my mail in there, I'm not just throwing it into whatever dirt is on the floor. You know, reality. And then to seal the deal, I took this little vintage piece of fabric that I have. This is like a forest green. It's a velvety fabric. And I went ahead and I just tossed it in the bottom of the basket to go ahead and hide the leg brackets that are on there. And then just as a decorative little thing, I had sewn these throw pillows, and they're so tiny I have no idea what to do with them, but they actually look kind of cute in this little thing. So then, you know, my mail can take a nice little nap when I throw it in here. So that's our second little DIY that I did for this makeover. In order to decorate the space using my little DIYs, I looked around my house and I found just a collection of things with a common theme to throw over there. And I think I did a pretty good job. So let me take you over there and show you what I've put together. here is this cute little rectangle mirror. And I found this mirror actually from Goodwill. It was $3.99. It matches my little 70s color scheme that I've got going on here. So this is the perfect place to put this kind of, you know, dysfunctional thing that doesn't really blend anywhere else in the house. Secondly, I've got this awesome feather lamp. I have had this thing forever. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's from IKEA, so that's suiting. This is a cute little ring dish, stone dish that I think works well here because, you know, it's a little ring thrower. You get it? A little key holder, whatever you want to use it for. And then we have, of course, a little unicorn ring dish because this is a Unicornitry Co. and we can't make over a space if we don't have a unicorn in it. It just doesn't make sense. Moving on, we've got this little bowl, and this is just a little clear bowl, whatever, no big deal, nothing special. But inside it is actually a macrame garland that I had originally made for my headboard, but I think it's much more suited in this space. And it's kind of that anthropology, wooden bead kind of vibe, you know? So that's the inspiration behind this. Then up here, you're gonna see this cute little V8 hubcap thing that I got for Christmas. We did something so fun for Christmas where we had requirements to the gifts that we got. So certain gifts had to be over a certain amount of years old, they had to be antique, thrifted, etc. So I got this for Christmas and I think it's a perfect wall decor for this. And then right here we have this awesome, very cool cross stitch thing. So I got this from an antique store and I just love the flowers, the ugly colors. It's just spot on to my style, I suppose. And then the awesome thing is on the back, it's got this adorable little love note from a mom. And it just totally makes me think that, you know, somebody moved out of their mom's house and their mom gifted them this. And that's just such a sweet thought. And then it's perfectly sized and leanable so that I can actually go ahead and hide this little thermostat. So it works out. And then of course we have a disco ball because why don't we have a disco ball? You know? Now this here is just a little mirror thing that I have. My brother actually gave me this and it doesn't have anything to be able to hang it on the wall. So it makes a nice little leaning piece. And it's got that cool little like distressing or whatever you call it on the mirror. So that's pretty cool. I do love that vintage vibe that gives. Another piece of wall decor. This thing is actually just a cheap little thing I got from Goodwill. But it's a nice vibrant green color to kind of bring out some color from all of these muted colors that we already have. Moving to your left and my right, we have this little peace sign that I've owned forever, kind of like this lamp. And that originally came from TJ Maxx actually, which is like before it was cool to shop at TJ Maxx. So I love that thing. This candle is probably equally as old and came from when I had a jungle themed bedroom. So that's kind of cool. I've barely used it. It's pretty dusty actually, so I should probably dust it off. But just a little cute thing to add to the space. And then of course, we have a lava lamp because I have just a vast number of lava lamps and not a whole lot to do with them. And then on the end here, we actually have something kind of cool. So these are Vintage Life magazines, and my mom found these from an estate sale, and they're actually cool because she picked out the covers that are suited to me, my interests, whatever. So we've got some from the 70s and the 60s actually. One in here is on Kennedy's assassination, on the Olympics in '72 because my dad ran in the Olympics that year. And then one on the communes, because at the time that she found these, I was actually writing an essay for school on why I thought Woodstock could arguably be called a commune. So if you disagree, comment down below. This is the cutest little no smoking sign. I actually found this in an antique store, and it's like a little stained glass piece. And again, it's got those flowers and the vibrant colors, which is perfect because, you know, smoking, drugs, 70s, 60s, you know, you get it. Moving on, this is the infamous Target mirror that I spray painted, that metallic silver color. All right, now right down here, we have an old upcycling project that I have done. This is just a little outdoor table that I turned into like a little stool, which I think is perfect in this space. And chairs next to entry tables were all over Pinterest when I looked up entryway inspiration. But furthermore, it's just perfect to have next to the kitchen like I had initially wanted a seat here. So worked out after all. And then right down there, I put a little storage basket that I upcycled as well. And all together, you have a pretty freaking cool space. A little cute, funky entryway. Okay, peeps, here she is in all her glory. I think this is such a fun entryway to come into. You walk into the house and you're instantly presented with my eclectic style and things I've collected along the way that I thought I probably didn't need that. But check it out. Here it is, and all of these things are so cool. I'm so glad I can present them in this way. I just love it. It's functional. I have still space to put things down when I come in. It's cute. I don't know. I'm just in love with this makeover. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. For today's shout out, considering it is Mother's Day, this one is going out to my mama. Thank you so much for being just the best mom in the entire world. And that's like makes me emotional to say. I literally have the best mom in the whole world. She is just so giving and gracious and wonderful and generous and lovely and beautiful and gorgeous and just the best person ever. I love her so much. She is like my best friend through and through, and I wouldn't have half of these things if it weren't for her, and I wouldn't be doing this either. So thank you to my mom. Happy Mother's Day. I love you so much. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you liked this makeover, if you enjoy my eclectic things, be sure to like and subscribe. I love you all so much. I will see you next week for another who knows. Expensive for no good reason, just housing costs are ridiculous. But thank you so much for participating. Bleh. I'll fix that. On fart. Yikes.